All right. How are we going to talk about that one? Game wrapped up about 5 minutes ago, maybe less. And I'm sitting here thinking about it, trying to figure out how to talk about this one because weird game. A lot of weird things happened, like it usually happens in Seahawks games, and we ended up on the wrong side of it. 26-17. The Rams get the win. We've lost three in a row at home, and we're 2-3. So, where do we start? How should we process this loss, and how should we move forward from it? Well, we didn't get blown out. This game was competitive all the way through. The Rams never got a massive lead on us. The Rams were never able to just run away with things. There were moments in the game that they looked dominant. They looked like they were much better than us. At one point, they had like 200 second half yards, and we had 13. But the team didn't allow this game to completely get away from them, and with 2 minutes left, they were still alive. So that's cool, I guess. But I don't know if that is even a positive thing. Because as much as this team needs some changes upstairs, as much as this team needs to do something different on their defense, as much as this team needs to move on from this scheme and this coordinator, and honestly, this head coach as well, I don't feel like anything's going to change because I can't put this whole game on the defense, and that kills me because they still suck. 470 yards. 470 yards. 470 yards to a good offense, I understand. One sack, a little bit of QB pressure, but not a whole lot. Can't stop the run. Run defense, not impressed at all. Receivers running wide open all game long. Woods, Cup, Jamal Adams getting toasted in coverage. God damn, Jamal's been solid the last two games. He really has. Jamal has been perfectly fine the last 2 days, last two games, and even started to look like he was worth that money. And then he goes and puts a performance like this on the board at home. And I want to kill this defense because they suck, but I can't even sit here and say that they're the reason why we lost because this offense, my God. Look, as much crap as I can talk about this defense, and believe me, I will talk crap about them. I already know that Carroll's going to wake up tomorrow morning thinking, hey, we held them to 26 points. We held them to 26 points. They don't have a good defense. I need my offense to do something to win that game. This game is on the offense. And you know what? He's not completely wrong. This game is on the offense. This defense, as bad as they are, they held the Rams to 3 first half points. They got a big red zone turnover. They forced like 4 first half punts. They looked pretty good. They were getting some pressure on Stafford early on. They were doing pretty well against the run. Early, we saw some positive signs for this defense, and if you told me we're going into halftime with 3 points allowed, then I'm ecstatic. Period. And what happened in that second half? Okay, we'll get to that, but you do all that great stuff. You come up with a big turnover in a clutch situation. You get them off the field over and over and over again, and you've got 7 points against this Rams defense that just got demolished off the short week on the road. Russell Wilson, I'll save him for a second here. I mean, Duane Brown, what the hell? You take a touchdown off the board by committing a holding that you didn't need to commit. Leonard Floyd's already behind the play. Just let Leonard Floyd go, you moron. Duane Brown, don't even talk to me about Duane Brown right now. That guy, I hate to do it because he's He's been great for us and all, and I want to be appreciative of all the great things he's done. But don't talk to me about that dude right now because he is making me angry more than he's making me happy right now by a long shot. I hate to even say his name, but Jason Myers, I feel dirty calling him out. But you're missing 35 yarders at home now. What the hell? I understand kickers are inconsistent. I understand that kicking is, fluid from year to year, but can you make the extra points? That's a glorified extra point. Knock it through. Make us feel good about ourselves going into halftime. Give us some damn momentum. Okay. So, I really don't want to sit here and say anything negative about Russell Wilson right now because he, for the first time in his career, missed significant snaps to an injury. Ring finger. Looks like it broke. I don't know what's going on there. We'll learn more tomorrow. I don't want to say anything negative about him right now because I know that's obviously devastating for him. And, hey, it sucks, but what the hell was that? He got sacked twice in this game. Both sacks. What are you doing? Do you think you have a Pope Mobile back there? You just standing back there, waiting, thinking that nothing bad is going to happen? What are you doing, dude? The interception, yeah, bad throw. I know it's a fluke that it got picked off. It's bad luck, but that's a bad throw. And look, there's a good chance we win this game, and there's a good chance Wilson ends up having a pretty effective a game, if only for Duane Brown being stupid and committing that unnecessary penalty. But he did, and at the end of the day, I'm looking at it and going, Wilson, you can't take those sacks. You're killing drives. You're Again, I feel so gross saying negative things about Wilson right now because he broke his finger, and it doesn't even feel right to speak poorly of him right now. But I'm sorry, on a night where we needed him to be the best version of himself, he sucked. I think he kind of sucked it up out there today. And there were good plays, there were good throws, there were good moments, but he's a $35 million quarterback, and he has to own that. And I think he sucked today. And that was a winnable game. Your defense early on was putting you in good positions. Your defense gave you a chance to have a significant lead going into halftime. And I know the Duane Brown thing blows. And believe me, I'm beyond pissed at Duane Brown. But Wilson, what the hell? It's prime time. Division rival. Home. Big game that might decide your fate this season. I need something better than that. And Shane Waldron too. I am not in the habit of calling for people's jobs after a couple of bad moments like some of you guys do. But we had a sequence early in that game where we're driving. And we run the ball up the gut 4 plays in a row. 4 yards, nothing. Turnover on downs, no points. Momentum, LA's way. I know Wilson didn't have a great game today. I get that. But what? You really think running the ball up the gut 4 times in a row with, I think, Alex Collins all 4 times, you think that's winning football? Come on, man. That's not stuff that you should be doing even as a rookie offensive play caller. That's stuff that should be common sense to you from the very beginning. So, yeah, this offense, I'm completely disappointed in them. The best I can say is they didn't let Aaron Donald or Jalen Ramsey completely dominate them. They were not the reason, but they still sucked. And then you get to that second half, and the defense just completely gives it up. Pathetic showing. Receivers running wide open the same way they were against the Vikings. Run defense giving up chunk plays. And I'm trying to understand why our players are blowing these coverages. These are not complex coverages even. They're just blowing simple plays. Are these guys that stupid? Are they not being coached properly? I don't understand it. And I know people are going to kill Jamal for turning into Tedrick Thompson on that one drive and just completely blowing coverages on like two straight plays and just ugly, ugly, ugly. So he's not exempt either. Sidney Jones, he sucks too. Sorry guys. I know some of you guys were really excited about him, but right now he sucks. And until further notice, he sucks. And you give up what was it, 3 touchdown drives in the second half. Long touchdown drives. You give up everything to take away the big play, and the Rams are still popping big plays. You don't even do a good job of preventing the one thing you're trying to prevent, even though you've given up everything to try to take away the big play. Deshaun Jackson's still busting you for 70 yards. And by the end of that game, I swear I thought I saw some players start to dog it a little bit. And if this team stops giving effort on defense, then that will truly be the final straw. And honestly, maybe that's what it takes to clean house a little bit. Maybe that's what it gets to get Jody Allen to take notice of how this team isn't playing for this coaching staff anymore. Maybe it's not the worst thing in the world, but that was gutless, especially at the end, where fourth quarter, your QB's hurt, and Geno's in. He leads the weirdest drive of the season. Looks like Peyton Manning out there just leading the Seahawks down the field, hitting DK, hitting Disley for big plays. Alex Collins, the screen pass is working. Everything is going awesome. He leads us to a touchdown. And then our defense, with the crowd going crazy, with all the momentum, all they need to do is make one stop. And it really feels like we're going to win that game. And no, 6 plays, 83 yards. You're allowing a walk-in touchdown. You're giving up big plays to wide open receivers. Just nobody within 5 yards. And more than anything else, as bad as the defense was throughout the game, because you don't get to 470 yards allowed without being bad, the gutlessness of that one drive when the game looked like it was about to miraculously turn is the thing that really sticks with me right now. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give a standing ovation. So let's stand up here. You can't see my head, but I am going to give a standing ovation to one Geno Smith, because when he came in, I was about ready to turn the game off. I probably would have if I wasn't making videos on YouTube for you guys about Seahawks stuff. I need to see this stuff. I need to be able to talk about it in a sensible way. And goddamn did Geno Smith do everything he could to lead us back from the brink. And look, I am not stupid. I am not an idiot. I am not going to say anything that even implies that Geno Smith should be our starter going forward. And of course, Wilson should get the starting job back the moment his finger is ready. But it really reminds you how bad Wilson is in a couple of areas that Geno Smith can come in and immediately do noticeably better on things like screen passes, on sometimes pocket awareness, honestly. And I can't believe I'm saying that because it's Geno Smith, but sometimes Geno Smith has more pocket awareness than Russell Wilson. Now again, I'm not going to clickbait you into thinking that Geno Smith should start for the Seahawks now and Wilson should ride the bench, but damn if it doesn't remind you that Wilson is really just beyond awful at a couple of things that quarterbacks should be able to do. So, props to Geno. He was working DK, he was working Lockett, was getting some stuff going in the screen game with DJ Dallas and Alex Collins. I'll give a shout out to this offensive line too. I think they played pretty well, especially against pass. Blocking both sacks were completely on Russell Wilson. I have no idea what he's doing on those plays. Not a whole lot of pressure outside of those 2 sacks either, by the way. So I'll give the offensive line their due. DK, hey, he had his way with Jalen Ramsey a little bit today. That was cool to see. I'll give DK his. Lockett kind of fell down at the 2-minute warning, kind of blew our chance of coming back. I mean, I can't even be mad at Geno for that pick, right? Because Lockett just falls down. What are you going to do? Um, Disley. I thought Disley had a good game, but at the end of the day, the loss sucks. The loss sucks, but I think what sucks the most is that I know that Carroll's going to wake up tomorrow thinking that his defense did their job and this offense is to blame, and I can't even totally say he's wrong. And he's going to justify that to say we don't need to change our scheme. We don't need to fire Ken Norton Jr. We don't need to do this or that or the other thing. He's just going to say, hey, offense, score. And he's got a point. No matter how crappy this defense is, no matter how bad this scheme is, I cannot comfortably put this game on the defense. Now, honestly, if we had scored a bunch, if our offense played good tonight, if our offense had shown up, I think we still lose. I think our defense would have found a way to give up as many points as they needed to lose, but I can't even say that now. All right, stream coming up soon. See you guys later. Go Hawks. We'll talk about it for like an hour tonight, and see you guys there.